Hello students, welcome to today's class, Geometric Progression. The next topic is Properties of Geometric Progression. The ratio between the consecutive terms of a GP is always the same. That means common ratio is calculated by using the formula T2 by T1 or T3 by T2. So the common ratio seems to be same, then only we can call those terms or in GP. And the second property is if A, B and C are in GP, these are the terms of GP, then we can say that B by A, that is T2 by T1, is equal to C by B, that is T3 by T2. So this equality can be represented as B square is equal to AC. So in general, if any of the three terms are in GP, then square on the middle term will be equal to the product of first and last term. And it can be vice versa also. That means if B square is equal to AC, then we can say that the terms A, B and C are in GP. The next property is if each term of a GP be multiplied or divided by the same non-zero number, the resulting series is also a GP. Let us understand this property while solving the problems in detail. The fourth property is the series obtained by taking the reciprocals of the terms of a GP is also a GP. Consider an example 8, 24, 72, 216 and so on. These terms are in GP. If you take the reciprocal of these terms as 1 by 8, 1 by 24, 1 by 72 and so on, these terms are also in GP. So the next property is if each term of a GP is raised to the same non-zero, the resulting series is also a GP. That is exponents, the power. Consider an example 3, 6, 12. If you find out 3 square, 6 square, 12 square, here the power is a non-zero and it is same. For each term of the series, the raised power value is same. In such case, the new terms also results as GP. If the corresponding terms of two different GPs are multiplied together, then also the resulting series so obtained will be in GP. That is, look at this example. AR square, AR cube are in GP and another set of AR square and AR cube, they are also in GP. If you take the product of these two GP, the resulting GP A into AR into AR square into AR square, the new series formed with the product of first two GP terms also results in GP. Similarly, if the corresponding terms of two different GPs are divided together, the resulting series so obtained is also a GP. So these are the main 6 properties which we have to know in geometric progression. Most of the time we will be using these properties in prove that problems. Okay, let us move on to the exercise problems. Exercise 11C. Find the 7th term from the end of the series root 2, 2 to root 2 and so on. The last term is 32. Till now we have learnt how to find the nth term from the beginning. The formula what we were using is Tn is equal to Tn is equal to A into R to the power n minus 1. But in this problem we need to find out the 7th term from the end. Let us know what formula to be used for this. List out the given terms, that is A is root 2, R common ratio is 2 by root 2, rationalize the denominator, hence the value will be equal to root 2 and last term L is 32. So to find the nth term from the end, the formula that we have to use is Tn is equal to L by r to the power n minus 1. L denotes the last term, r denotes the common ratio, n is the number of term which we need to find out from the end. That is T7 is equal to 32 by root 2 to the power of 7 minus 1. It results as 32 by 8. Hence the seventh term from the end of the series is equal to 4. Question number 2. Find the third term from the end of the GP, 2 by 27, 2 by 9, 2 by 3, and the last term is 162. Similar type of problem. List out the given terms. A is 2 by 27. Common ratio is calculated as 2 by 9 divided by 2 by 27. Hence, the common ratio results as 3. And the last term is 162. Use the formula, that is Tn is equal to 1 by r to the power n minus 1. Here Tn denotes the last term from the end. So the last term from the end, what we need to calculate is the third term. So T3 is equal to 162 by 3 to the power of 3 minus 1. It results as 162 by 3 square. So the third term from the end of the given GP is 18. Question number 3. For the GP 1 by 27, 1 by 9, 1 by 3 and so on, the last term is 81. Find the product of fourth term from the beginning and the fourth term from the end. So we have to consider 3 different steps for this problem. List out the given terms. A is 1 by 27. Common ratio is T2 by T1. That is 1 by 9 by 1 by 27. It results as 3. Last term is 81. So in the first step, let us find out what is the fourth term from the beginning. Use the formula Tn is equal to ar to the power n minus 1. T4 is equal to 1 by 27 into 3 to the power 4 minus 1. So 1 by 27 into 3 cube, it results as 1. So T4, that is fourth term from the beginning, is 1. The first step is completed. In the second step, find out the fourth term from the end. Consider the formula Tn is equal to L by r to the power n minus 1. Here T4 is equal to 81 by 3 to the power 4 minus 1. Hence 81 by 27 is equal to 3. This is the second step. In the first step, we have calculated the fourth term from the beginning by using the formula Tn is equal to A into r to the power n minus 1. In the second step, we have calculated the fourth term from the end by using the formula Tn is equal to 1 by r to the power n minus 1. Now we have to find the product of these two terms, that is product is equal to 1 into 3, it is equal to 3. Question number 4. If for a GP, P and Q and R terms are A, B and C respectively, prove that Q minus R into log A plus R minus P into log B plus P minus Q into log C is equal to 0. So in the first line, the value of 3 terms are given. That is, Pth term is A, Qth term is B, and Rth term is C. So let us list out the results by using the formula. Tn is equal to ar to the power n minus 1. That is the formula we need to use for the nth term. Let us consider the capital A as the first term and capital R as the common ratio. Hence, the pth term will be equal to A, that is A into r to the power p minus 1. Substitute capital A as the first term, capital R as the common ratio, n as p. In the second result, similarly, consider TQ is equal to B. First term is capital A, common ratio is capital R, n is Q. This result is equal to B. Similarly, the rth term value is C. In the textbook, they have given a clue that how we need to proceed this type of problem. So once such conditions are given, it is necessary to carry on the solution in the same way. It is said that we need to consider a into q minus r, a to the power q minus r into b to the power r minus p into c to the power p minus q. In the place of a, substitute the value what you have obtained as result number 1. That is a into r to the power p minus 1 whole to the power q minus r. Similarly, substitute the value of b and c. In the next step, let us remove the exponent, that is a to the power q minus r into r to the power p minus 1 into q minus r, and it continues for the remaining two terms also. Just observe the slide. Each term, how it is expanded, is differentiated in 3 different colors just to make you to understand what is the result obtained in the next step. So now let us group all the terms of a and all the terms of r. As we have the product in between, it is easy to group the terms. So the terms with a, when it is raised to the power as q minus r plus r minus p plus p minus q, all the positive and negative terms gets cancelled. Similarly to the power r also, if you simplify p minus 1 into q minus r plus q minus 1 into r minus p plus r minus 1 into p minus q, you will get the power r to the power raised as 0. Simplification is not shown here. You just open the brackets by doing the binomial multiplications and hence find out what is the power of r. So the value of a to the power is 0 and r to the power is also 0. It results as 1. So a to the power q minus r into b to the power r minus p into c to the power p minus q, we have obtained the value as 1. Let us take log on both the sides. After taking log on both the sides, on the left hand side, just apply the logarithm identities what we have learnt in laws in class 9. Let us represent log a to the power q minus r can be represented as q minus r into log a plus similarly r minus p into log b plus p minus q into log c, and the value of log 1 is 0. Hence it is proved. Question number 5. If a, b and c are in GP, prove that log a, log b and log c are in AP. Observe the question, children. A, B, C are given in GP. It is said that they are in GP. We need to prove that the other terms log A, log B and log C are in AP. We know that in GP we will consider the common ratio and in AP we are going to consider the common difference. As the terms A, B and C are in GP, just now in the properties we know that b square is equal to AC. When b square is equal to AC, let us take log on both the sides. What happens? Log b square is equal to log AC. How to represent log b square? It is 2 log b is equal to, open the bracket, log a plus log c. Try to recall all the identities and laws of logarithms and indices chapter over here. Now 2 log b can be written as log b plus log b, just expansion. 1 plus 1 is 2, same way x plus x is 2x. So 2 log b can be represented as log b plus log b is equal to log a plus log c. Just rearrange the terms so that the common difference is equal. That is log b minus log a is equal to log c minus log b. So hence it can be written as the given terms log a, log b and log c are in AP. Log b is the T2, log a is the T1. T2 minus T1, log b minus log a is equal to T3 minus T2. log C minus log B. Hence we can say that the terms log A, log B and log C are in AP. Question number 6. If each term of a GP is raised to the power x, show that the resulting sequence is also a GP. Consider the terms A, AR, AR square, AR to the power of 3 and so on. The terms are in GP. As it is said in the question, if each of the term is raised to the power x, then the new terms will be A to the power x, A into R whole to the power x, AR square whole to the power of x and so on. We need to prove that the new terms what we have written with to the raised to the power x, these terms are in GP. Let us find out the common ratio between the terms. R1 is equal to T2 by T1, that is A into R whole to the power of x divided by A to the power of x. Expand the terms in the numerator. A to the power of x into R to the power of x whole divided by A to the power of x. A to the power of x, A to the power of x gets cancelled. R to the power of x remains. Similarly, find out another common ratio between the terms T3 and T2. Here also it results as R to the power of x. Just observe how the calculation is done. AR square to the power of x means A to the power of x into R to the power 2x. R to the power of 2x is expanded as R to the power of x into R to the power of x. A to the power of x, A to the power of x gets cancelled. R to the power of x, R to the power of x gets cancelled. So the remaining will be R to the power of x. By this, as R1 and is equal to R2, that is common ratio between the terms are same, we can say that these new terms which is formed rise to the power x, the terms are in GP. Question number 7. If A, B and C are in AP, A, X, B are in GP, whereas B, Y, C are also in GP, show that x square, b square, y square are in AP. Let us consider the terms one by one. A, B, C are in AP. If A, B, C are in AP, we can say that B is equal to A plus C by 2, or it can be written as 2B is equal to A plus C according to the properties of AP. The second result, A, X, B are in GP, that is x square is equal to AB. Similarly, B, Y and C are also in GP, that can be written as y square is equal to BC. Let us consider x square and y square. Sum of x square and y square will be equal to AB plus BC. As x square is equal to AB plus BC, take out B as a common factor, so A plus C remains on the right hand side. A plus C can be written as 2B according to result number 1. Hence, we will get a solution as x square plus y square is equal to 2B square. X square plus y square is equal to 2B square. Hence, B square is equal to x square plus y square by 2. Therefore, the terms x square, b square and y square are in AP. Question number 8. If A, B and C are in GP and A, X, B, Y, C are in AP, prove that 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 2 by b, and the sub-question 2, A by x plus C by y is equal to 2. Consider the first result that A, B, C are in GP, that is b square is equal to AC. And the second result, A, X, B, Y and C are in AP. If we consider these terms, we will get 3 different results as there are 5 terms. Consider the terms a, x, b, then it results as x is equal to a plus b by 2. Consider the terms x, b and y, then b is equal to x plus y by 2. Consider the terms b, y, c, then y is equal to b plus c by 2. So we know the value of x, we know the value of b, we know the value of y, and we know what is the value of b square. Let us consider first sub question 1 by x plus 1 by y. Substitute x as a plus b by 2. So as it is reciprocal, it results as 2 by a plus b plus 2 by b plus c. Take the LCM as a plus b into b plus c, and in the numerator it results as 2b plus 2c plus 2a plus 2b. Try to simplify both numerator and denominators, hence the value will be equal to 2 by b. And in the place of AC, b square is substituted. That you need to note down. In the place of AC, b square is substituted, and in the next step, b square plus b square will be written as 2b square. So in the same way, try to solve the sub question 2. Question number 9. If A, B and C are in AP, also in GP. So these terms are in AP also, these terms are in GP also. We need to show that the terms A is equal to B is equal to C. Consider the first result that A, B, C are in AP. It says as 2B is equal to A plus C, or it can also be written as B is equal to A plus C by 2. As the terms A, B, C are also in GP, it results as B square is equal to AC. Substitute result number 2 in result number 1. That is, in the place of B square is equal to AC, in the place of B, we can substitute A plus C by 2. So A plus C by 2 whole square is equal to AC. It can be written as A plus C whole square by 4 is equal to AC. Expand by using the identity A plus B whole square. It results as A square plus C square plus 2AC is equal to 4AC. After simplification, you will get it in the form of A minus C whole square is equal to 0. Hence, A is equal to C. We know that B square is equal to AC. So, in the place of A, if you substitute C, it results as B square is equal to A square or B square is equal to C square. When A is equal to C and A is equal to B, we can say that A is equal to B is equal to C. Hence, we have completed all the problems of exercise 11C. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.